Several groups are opposing the government's plan to import additional supplies of sugar. Let's discuss this some more with Sugar Regulatory Administration Board Member Pablo Azcona. Sir Pablo, good evening and thank you for joining us. First off, sugar producers are blaming high prices on the implementation of the SRP, saying this is lax. What do you have to say, sir? Do you agree with this?
Yes, good evening po, ma'am. Yeah, we've noticed since the beginning of milling, no, actually, which we began milling in August. So the Farmgate prices for us farmers have continually been going down. So right now we're at the level of slightly less than 60 pesos. So it's ranging from 55 pesos per kilo to 60 pesos at the Farmgate. So yeah, the problem is the Farmgate prices went down, but the retail prices have not. So our retailers are actually not conforming to the SRP set towards them, yes.
All right, so what then is really like, I think you've mentioned maybe two main problems. So can you walk us through the implementation of the SRP for sugar and how also, or would the high or the low Farmgate prices also be discouraging to producers?
Yeah, well, the main problem is actually the producers need a certain floor price, as you may say, for the Farmgate price in order for the producers to make enough money and continue farming. So that's one problem. The second problem is the retail prices for the consumer have been on the high side, so past SRP. And this is, the more we force the retail price down, what happens is the businessmen just push the Farmgate prices down some more, but then the retail remains the same. Now, if you look at it from sometime like July, August, where the retail prices were really high, up to now, the decrease in retail prices is a bit minimal, but the decrease in Farmgate prices has been huge.
All right, so is there some sort of sanction or penalty for those retailers that are discovered to be disregarding the SRP for sugar? Or is there a solution for this, in your opinion, sir?
Yeah, so far as I know, nobody has been prosecuted or penalized for not following SRP. Because as the term implies, it's just a suggested retail. And I think the retailers have a 10% up or down, which is allowed, and that's fine. But I think we need to give the DTI or the DA or whatever agency that enforces SRP a bit more teeth so they can penalize people who actually do not follow it and who abuse the consumers. Because the sad thing is when they abuse the consumers, government steps in, government will either import or do some drastic move to lower the retail price. But doing so actually hurts the farmers a lot more because the retail price actually does not move.
Right. So, but because the retail prices remain high, so obviously consumers are hurting. And like you said,
Yes.
if they do lower the SRP or the retail price, then they would lower also even more the Farmgate price. So it seems to be like there is no solution, or that there is no way to bump up the Farmgate price. So that could be one of the problems?
Yeah, I think the Farmgate price at the moment is fine. Farmers are happy at this price. What the consumers or the public fails to realize is that the cost to produce is about 50 pesos per kilo for brown sugar. At the moment, we are selling our brown sugar at 55 to 60 pesos. So let's just say 60 pesos, so it's easier to count. So a normal farmer, 90% of the farmers in the Philippines are 1 to 2 hectares in size. So you make about 28 to 30,000 per hectare. So if you can imagine, you're a family of 4 or 5, you have 1 or 2 hectares, you make 30,000 per hectare. So that's only 30,000 to 60,000 a year for a farmer. But then that 60 peso Farmgate price gets processed to be white, gets shipped to Manila. The buyers from the Farmgate make money, the traders make money. So a fair price would be somewhere in the 90 peso range. But if you look at the markets, the prices are well away from the 90 peso SRP.
Right. So having said all of that, sir, it is a multi-pronged problem. Is the Sugar Regulatory Administration open to recommending a pause on importation or maybe revising import targets to focus on, domestic producers instead?
As the farmers' representative, well, that's my role to help and try to keep the farmers farming because for me, importation is very temporary. We can import at a cheaper price only because we are only importing X% of what we need. Now, if the farmers get hurt to the point that they decide to stop farming sugar or farming sugarcane, then we need to import the whole demand for the country. And then once we do that, countries will not sell to us at a cheap price. Now, everybody will abuse the fact that we need 1%. So, yeah, I think what we should do is help government establish a fair SRP for the retail. We need to protect the consumers. And also maybe when we do that, we can also establish a price floor, like a price floor for the farmers as well. Then everybody in the whole chain makes enough money to continue producing sugar, continue selling sugar, continue retailing sugar.
All right. Thank you so much for clearing that up for us and for your time tonight. SRA Board Member Pablo Azcona. Thank you, sir.